Hello guys, Charles of Tours here. Now, some of you might have seen some of my previous videos of this mod from Mountain Blade Warband. However, they were of lesser quality and they did not have voiceovers. However, as of late, I have retrieved a much better microphone and mouse. I believe you all recall that I had a bad mouse, or at least I put that in my first video. So here we go. I'm going to go to options and you will see this. No more. I'm still going to keep it on somewhat easy settings because I'll be more focused on my own voice. Now if you hear a slight humming noise in the background, which I experienced when I tested my microphone slightly earlier, I hope you forgive that. That is my fan. It is over 80 degrees here in my part of the world. Summer just began a few days ago. So anyways, it's pretty warm for me, especially my ancestry. I'm more used to, I'd be more comfortable at 50 degrees than 80. But anyhow, let's get started. So, I suppose you continue this or consider this a revival. I'm going to be continuing my character Roland's adventures, or I guess you'd call them misadventures. And I know it's been forever since I've played this save, and I kind of forget what was happening. Rather unprofessional of me, of course. I should have reviewed my last video, but of course I didn't have voice, so I wouldn't know what I was doing anyways. And it's been a while since I've played Mountain Blade Warband single player. Alright, so we've led to this guy, our dude, and if I recall, this is the guy who has female text, like, what's a pretty young lady doing in a place like this? But it's a guy, so that was kind of awkward. Anyways, let's see what we got. Oh yes, I remember sacrificing most of my money for all this awesome equipment. I bought these throwing knives more for entertainment, to entertain myself, rather than to actually do anything. I don't have a shield or a horse. See our skills. Alright, so we have 0 power throw. Now, I could sell my knives and get a whole 9 dinar instead of 5. Or I could improve my skill. Actually, sorry, 54. Decent. If I can get it to 100, I will be a pro. If I recall, oops, wrong one. I was trying to become a vassal of the King of Jerusalem. However, it seems this did not happen. I have 28 guys. Let's see how El Arish is defended. I imagine I have poor relations with the Fatimids. Sejouks are kind of weird how factions end up at war in this game. But it doesn't really show my relations with faction, which is a little bit annoying. Let's see what this guy's up to. Alright. Those graphics are much more improved, probably, than what you last saw from my videos. Do I know you? Oh, be nice. Seems he's a nice dude. Alright. I have no demands. I'll ask him, how goes the war? For a little while longer, for the sake of honor. This is interesting. I think the historical bald one would probably be a lot smarter and try to come up with some sort of peace with at least one of the factions. But it seems to me as though Egypt is slightly weaker. It actually looks like it's about balanced with Jerusalem. But I imagine Roland and all these guys over here are busy with the Seljuks. They should probably make peace with them. And, of course, accept me as a vassal. If something gets too hectic, I am going to turn on my auto block. Only because, you know, I might or I might not. It all depends. Let's see what these villagers are doing. Recruit volunteers. I don't have enough money. I have an idea. I initially attempted to roleplay Roland as a rather benign character. However, this isn't Kingdom of Heaven. He isn't Orlando Bloom. So I will be back in a couple seconds and we will fight these villagers, if they choose to fight. Okay, I'm back. Villagers said very few and frightened. I imagine... Okay, that's interesting. Hopefully those aren't powerful raiders. Spices, these will get us some money if we can find someone with enough money to buy it from us. I know that's a problem in some mods. I forget what this one is rather like, except in its battles. I know this mod has some really good battle simulations. Actually change the way your character's arms swing his sword. Alright, these are traitor Crusaders apparently. Oh, forgot about that. I'm gonna take a risk. If you hear knocking, the house up the street is getting work done on it. Alright. Surrender or die. Now, how do I only have 27? It said 28 a little while back. No matter, we'll fight them anyways. Hopefully these guys, or my men I should say, are decent fighters. They look like they have decent shields and I'm gonna stick by that crossbowman. He's probably the strongest one here. Don't run. Don't run. I know. I talk to my soldiers. Oh, I should hide behind this guy. In case any of them have arrows. Which I imagine they don't. We'll see. Yeah. Alright. I'm lucky. This is incredibly lucky. I know this never happens to me on multiplayer, except on stuff like Full Invasion 2 and like, where you're basically only fighting AI. Alright, level up. I should probably do that now. Strength. Or agility. I just leveled this one up. I'll put a point there. Only one more required after that to level that up. I guess I should do power through. And put some stuff into that. Archery. I might find a bow later on. Come on. Yeah. Well, it's obvious these knives aren't really doing too much damage to this guy. He seems to have... Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Christian dessert. I wish I'd get some of these guys on my side. I know they're deserters and all that, but those guys with chainmail seem to be able to take a beating. Ooh. I took some casualties. No matter. Less people for me to pay. And I don't have a prisoner thing. I wish I did. But I didn't... Well, my pilgrim had a club. But I figured I was piercing because it had spikes. We want mostly an infantry army. Now, I think the poor peasant actually has a better path. Because we don't want to start with the pilgrim all over because as a recruit, because recruits have less stats, if I recall. We don't have any Templars. Militia. Not enough money. But I have 20. I'm gonna save that 20. Oh, this is some great stuff. We hit a jackpot. Alright. You can always use a shield. That armor's not quite as good as mine. That axe. You can always use an axe. It's kind of weird how pricing is in this game. I'm going to cut out, and basically I'm just going to swap my less valuable stuff for very more valuable stuff. BRB. I am back. As you see, I got a considerable amount of experience in dinars. I did what I said I'd do. I swapped out my garbage for their treasures. Now, this looks like an awesome weapon. So does the axe. This isn't as valuable as some of the other stuff I could have kept. However, I took it anyways because I figure if I have, say, a companion who's really good at pole arms, I'll give him this. Or if he's really good at two-handers, I'll give him this axe. Or if I find a good place to sell, I'll sell some stuff. This is RFCB 200. You probably know his channel. If not, I suggest you visit it. He's a great guy, makes some awesome videos. Know any good rooms? Well, Stronghold is an awesome game. I figure I should probably tell him he's going to be on YouTube. Well, he's going to be, well, he already is on YouTube, so this won't hurt him that much. There we go. Well, like I was saying, he's a great guy. Well, he doesn't understand it. Anyways, he made some Stronghold 2 videos a while ago, and I am actually working on some oh my goodness. I'm working on a Stronghold 2 video now. Nothing I'm gonna publicize about it yet, but it's not going to be good as his, obviously. But anyways, I'm going to continue this. You know, we used to be a part of the same website, RFCB and I. It's now extinct. It was called Stronghold Knights. I have a link to it on my Steam account. I am not sure if I have one on my YouTube account. Of course, that won't matter now because the link will bring you to a page basically saying this website is no longer being hosted. Anyways, it was one of the original fan sites for the Stronghold game series. That series being published, or I shouldn't say published, but created by Firefly Studios. I got in the mood for this mod again because Firefly is currently making a Stronghold Crusader 2. If any of you are PC gamers, you know about Stronghold Crusader, or perhaps just the name Stronghold. If you do not, I suggest you look into it. It's not what you would call a realistic game series. It's medieval. You could basically stretch it from the Dark Ages to basically like a minute before gunpowder was invented. I mean, it doesn't have gunpowder or cannons or anything of that nature. It's very interesting. It's an economic / defense game, and there's skirmish mode where you fight other people. But anyways, it is a very good game series. It's one of those series that you play for a long time because you love it, then you slip out of it, then you get back in, and that happens. I mean, I believe it was 2 years ago, I was basically playing Stronghold Crusader games every day, all summer. It's one of those things that the effect kind of, I mean, it stays with you, the game. You always remember that game. It's something I played when I was younger. But that doesn't mean it's, you know, unfriendly to users. That's pretty nice. But anyways, it is one of those games that old people and young people can play it if you have the patience to learn what the heck you're doing. Let's sell some of this. Is this a goods merchant? Or did I probably clicked on the armor guy again, didn't I? Goods. Here we go. He's running out of money. I'm gonna drive his business into the ground. I guess that's close. I can buy some more food. I like different varieties of food for my people. No, I didn't really have any food that I sold that I'm aware of. Well, I'll be getting more varieties. That's not a food. Grain almost full. Sausages. Who doesn't love sausages? Or if you like Willy Wonka, like I do, Willy Wonka. Sorry about that. You like sausages. If you've not seen the original movie, I suggest you do. I'm going to be suggesting a lot of stuff. It doesn't mean, you know, go jump off a cliff and do it at the first opportunity. I just like older stuff. Like, although the Mount & Blade games are only a few, or a couple years old, I guess you could say, I like how, I don't know if you'd call it old school style, but it just has one of those classic game feelings. Now this guy, I wasn't aware he had this kind of armor. I know this is a guy who's like, oh no, I killed my bro. Yep. Pardon me if I skip some of this text. You can pause it if you want to read it. Happy to be of service. Well, there, now I have a decent company again. Now, there we go. Sometimes there are companions who like to hide up here. Manuel. Apparently he's a Spanish Byzantine. I didn't know that was possible. But I'm not very good on my... That is not proper English. I am not very well read on Byzantine culture. I don't know their naming patterns. Alright, 2 companions. It's like I was meant to stomp at this tavern. Empty. Empty. Let's see what they have for gear. I don't really know how long I've been recording. I don't have a timer. I'm not using Bandicam anymore, so I can't really tell, but it's all good. Perhaps we'll divide this up anyways. Of course, the video sizes will be huge. Huge, huge. Let's see what kind of gear you have. Arrows. What kind of skill? I don't really need an archer. He seems to be pretty good all around. I don't want him to be wasting precious arrows. So I guess he can have a spear if he really wants one. I suppose it'd be good to... Yeah, you know, I'll give my throwing knives to you. Or yours now, friend. Armor. Better than mine. If I'm one of those cheater type people, I'd swap it out. In fact, I might later on. Helmet. There we go. Now I look more like a decent Norman. Conrad von Hamburg. He's bald. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, plate armor is gonna slow him down, isn't it? What are his stats? All the companions seem to be amazing at everything. I'm going to take away his horse because my army fights on foot. I know this game is called Mountain Blade and the like, but I don't know. I have only recently gotten decent at fighting on horse, and when I started this, I wasn't quite so much. Swing. Oh. Speed rating. Reach. This is a much better weapon. The axe. I don't know if I should keep the Vulge or the sword for myself. I usually like the so-called bastard swords, because if your shield breaks, use it with two hands. It's kind of like the best of both worlds, even though I know they're not the favorite of everyone. Well, I'm going to end this here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I'm not going to tell you to, even though someone already made an outro for my videos that tells you to. I'm probably not going to be the most active. I will be during the summer, I imagine. I'm probably going to do a lot of recording tonight, and due to my slow connection, well, I won't exactly be releasing a video every day. It might not even be every week, you know. But with that, do what you deem fair based on my performance. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you want to like, go ahead. If you want to dislike, do that too. Alright, I am Charles of Tours, signing off.